these characters act differently. They all seem like different characters, and they all interact together in a unique way. Like, you can tell the bond between Bobby and Johnny is different than the bond between Johnny and Peter and stuff like that. Like, you know, all that kind of things like that. And it's just so cool that you can just see that. And I know a lot of people are mad that it's ending, but it isn't done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still holding out. Like, in the back of my heart, in my gut, I'm still holding out the hope that Peter comes back somehow.
I would be really happy. Because I was surprised to see the Scarlet Spider. I mean, I know the Clone Saga of the 90s was terrible, but I really would have liked to see what Ultimate would have done with Scarlet Spider. So if Peter does come back and the other Spider-Man becomes Scarlet Spider, I'd really like that.
Yeah, that would be cool. You reminded me. Like, the only thing that I feel like Brian Michael Bendis didn't do well was Ultimate Deadpool.
Oh, yeah, the island.
Yeah, I feel like that
pissed me off.
Like, that was the only thing I didn't really like. Just because I'm a Deadpool fan, I guess, because it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. But I just didn't like that the interpretation of Deadpool, where he wasn't as funny. He would tell like little jokes, but he was mostly like serious, and he wanted to kill mutants, and you kind of take the fun out of Deadpool. Deadpool is fun because he's an ambiguous character, where he can be either good or bad, or he can just be outright, off the wall, crazy. Like, you don't know what he's going to do, but you just have fun watching him do things. And I feel like in Ultimate Comics, he was just like, I'm crazy. I hate mutants. I was a war veteran. My face got melted off by the cancer or whatever. Or I think he wanted to just become a cyborg. And then his face got all messed up. He's in that glass casing. And I was like, okay. And then that whole like saga where he was with the X-Men on the island. I was kind of like, hold on. I'm paying attention to the chat because I have Thompson in here. Thompson, he's dedicated to coming in. I know it's a little lag, so you probably won't hear this. He asked me, have I played Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions? No, I have not. I'm looking forward.
I did.
You did?
I love that game.
Then you go my lazy ass outside and buy it. Because Deadpool in there looks hilarious. They took the...
Oh, yeah, he was hilarious.
They took the Ultimate Comics look, which I didn't really like either. Like, I didn't like the look of Ultimate Deadpool and Ultimate Comics. But they took the personality of the regular Deadpool and transferred that into the game. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Because from what I've seen from trailers and stuff, he was hopping around and he had his own little game show, and he was just being funny. Like, he was just fucking with Peter, like that, from what I've seen. Like, he was just taunting him. I thought that was pretty cool. So I need to play that game, and I'm also looking forward to Edge of Time, the new one that Beanox is coming out with.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that one's as good as Shattered, because I love Shattered.
At first I was looking at it, I was like, the graphics look the same, and it just seemed like they took out two Spider-Men. And it was $20.99 and amazing. But from what I've heard from interviews, they said they take it like a movie. Like,
yeah, they're like, oh, it's not a sequel. It has nothing to do with the other game. It even has the same voice actors.
Exactly. They were just saying that that it's going to be more story driven. They said Shattered Dimension kind of just threw four Spider-Men together, and they had like this whole little plot that they had to stop. But this was going to be more focused like story wise, where it's going to be, Peter is going to have some kind of connection to 2099.
Yeah, or he died. I don't know. It could be really cool.
Yeah. Because they said the Anti-Venom is supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And Anti-Venom is supposed to take away his powers and kill him. And, I'm like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. And then,
yeah, no, you reveal that in a trailer.
Exactly, and it was like 2099 is supposed to stop Peter from dying and also stop, help Peter stop changing the future or whatever, because whatever Peter does in the past alters the future. So it's like 2099 is trying to change the past to keep Peter from dying, but while Peter's not dying, he's changing the future, so you can see the changes happen then in the future. It's like some crazy, like time travel shit.
Butterfly affects Spider-Man edition.
Exactly. So it's like, it's always, when you get into time travel, it always gets crazy and convoluted.
Yeah.
So hopefully they do it right. But from what I heard, I'm liking it. And I'm always down with playing the Spider-Man games, so hopefully it's good. They were always saying that, when Shattered Dimension was coming out, they were saying that they wanted it to be like the Arkham Asylum of Spider-Man.
Of Spider-Man, yeah.
And, since they had Spider-Man Noir and it was all about sneaking, they were like, okay, they kind of took an idea from it, but they had more to it. So it wasn't like they were just ripping off Arkham Asylum. So I'm hoping they do it well because I like Spider-Man to succeed in all things. So hopefully the game will be good, and because a lot of people like Shattered Dimension got a lot of acclaim and a lot of people enjoyed it. So hopefully B-Nox can keep that going.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see what Toxin's saying. He said there's a Black Cat 2099 in the Edge of Time.
Wow.
Exactly. I'm trying to remember because I read all of Spider-Man 2099. I don't remember a Black Cat 2099. It'll be interesting to see how they do it.
I only read the first volume I got from my library.
Because I read all of it. At first, I didn't like it. Like I was like, what is this? He got spider powers. He had a suit on, and the suit looked cool. Like I really feel like 2099 suit is like the best Spider-Man suit. Because he has like the little blue thing and the red going through it, the little claws. No, well, he has the claws in his hands. And he has like the little things coming off his arm like Batman. And he has the Punisher like skull on his chest. And I was like, that's the costume was pretty badass. But trying to learn more about Miguel, so that was kind of slow. And I was like, okay, get me interested in this, in this character. And they did.
Yeah.
They did, and it was cool seeing like the 2099 versions of everybody. And
yeah, to me it was sort of like how it was when I watched Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, I don't like this future thing, and then eventually you get into it, and you're interested in seeing what happened to everyone else, like what happened to Superman and all that, and you see all these new characters, and I got hooked on it.
Yeah, I might change the topic a little bit because Toxic, since he's the only one here, then I will answer some of your questions. He asked me, what's my thoughts on Arkham City's villains?
Oh, I love this topic.
Yes, this is a good topic. That's why I was like, we can take a break for a second from Spider-Man. I want to get into a little bit more Spider-Man, but let's talk about Arkham City for a little bit. And I played the first Arkham Asylum. I want to do a playthrough of it on my channel, even though I played the game, all the way through fucking 3 times already. I cannot stop enjoying that game.
Yeah, that is. I couldn't stop till I beat it 100%.
So when I heard about Arkham City, and they released that first trailer where Joker was sitting in that chair, and he just started laughing, and you could see him coughing and stuff, and he had like a little IV on the side of him. I was like, oh my god, and you see like the city and everything's like blowing up. You see Harley come up with a little nurse uniform. I was like, man, I'm so happy to continue in this. And then, I started learning more about it, and they were saying that Joker is dying from the Titan Venom, and that, they're starting up Arkham City, and they have, they're bringing in all the major villains, and even some minor ones from what I heard.
Solomon Grundy.
Exactly. So I'm really looking forward to it, because I felt like the only thing that was lacking in the first game was the boss fights.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this earlier. That was the only problem I had with Arkham City. Even though I had fun playing the game, the boss fights got kind of repetitive.
Like, Ivy's boss fight was ridiculous. I'm like, well, when would Ivy do this?
I don't know.
I don't see, Ivy turn into a giant plant throwing stars at you.
When she did that, it reminded me of Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
When the guy turned to the big plant thing he was on the wall, he had to shoot him. That boss fight was it was different.
Yeah, it was. And then the little henchman, I liked how she had little henchmen though. That was pretty cool.
So they bringing back all the old villains apparently from the first game, and then they added in people like Two-Face and Penguin, which I'm a big Penguin fan. I like him for some odd reason. Maybe just because he's so
I'm not a big Penguin fan.
You not?
No.
It's always like a sad tale when it comes to Penguin.
Yeah.
Or it's like
I don't know which one it is.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that they do everything right. From what I've seen from the recent trailers, the Riddler trailer, they should have just called it the Saw trailer. That's all it looks like. And then
I love how they even had the Saw style little text, and then it shakes the screen and shows some random death threat.
Where it's like, can you solve my riddle, or I spy with my riddle eye, and it had all that stuff in the background. It just looks so sadistic, and he just stood there sounding all hilarious. And I guess Tyson said he's not a Penguin fan. But I don't know. I like the Penguin because it always seems like he's like a little minor mob boss.
Yeah.
He's always funny. like from the old anime series. He's always like, he's always like he's like always trying to be the big boss guy, like the Joker and stuff like that. And he's like always trying to compare himself to other villains. And he's always trying to stop Batman, so he always has like these convoluted plans of how he's gonna stop Batman.
He kind of reminds me of Mysterio from SpiderMan.
Kind of, where it's just like, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna, ruin your day, Spider-Man or Batman.
Just for the sake of being annoying.
Exactly. So, I like the Penguin. He's not my favorite villain, but I believe he's a good one. That's why they keep him around. And he asked who was my favorite Batman villain and why. My favorite will be generic as hell, because Joker is my favorite Batman villain.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying that I'm all Jokered out. He was he was the main villain in Arkham Asylum, and he was the main villain. He was the main villain in Arkham Asylum. He's all in the comics right now, and then in the whole Arkham City tie-in comic, which is the whole bridges the gap between the first two games.
Yeah.
He's in there predominantly. You see how he gets to Arkham City. You see, Batman trying to invade, kind of like get into his ranks, and all this and stuff like that. And everybody's like, "Come on, get another villain." They're happy that what's his name? The guy is pulling the strings in Arkham City.
Warden Sharp.
No. The guy that's pulling Warden Sharp strings is Doctor something.
Doctor Strange.
Yes, Hugo Strange. There we go. I don't know why I'm so forgetful sometimes. But Hugo Strange, and everybody's like, okay, cool. They got another villain instead of having Joker, run the whole, run the strings and everything, and being, having fingers in everybody's pie. They got Hugo Strange, and then they got all the other villains, and I'm happy too. A lot of people are saying, we want to see Hush, or we want to see other villains like that, get into the spotlight rather than the Joker doing everything, and I understand that. But
believe it or not, my favorite villain's Ra's al Ghul.
Oh, it is? I can understand that. I can fully understand that.
I always love Ra's al Ghul.
I like him, and I'm still because his daughter Talia, and they hold. Bruce's whole thing with her, and I was surprised that they had a kid. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, who's this little Robin guy? I was like, who's this little short hair? And he was like, Damian Wayne. I was like, Damian Wayne? I was like, well, huh? Wait, what?
Who names the child Damian?
I don't know. That sounds like an evil ass name.
Yeah, that's the name of that devil's kid.
Exactly.
A lot of things.
So I was like, who? What? So I started reading Batman and Robin. I was like, he's Bruce Wayne's son. When the hell did this happen? He had a kid? And then they was like, it was with Talia, and Talia was training him to be an assassin and all this kind of crazy stuff. And I was like, oh. I was like, what's going on with you, Bruce? You like all the bad girls. Because in Hush, he was with Catwoman, and then now he's with Talia, and it's like all his villainesses he get with, except for Poison Ivy, because he'll be dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My favorite villain though is Joker, because he, like I said before, I like the funny characters.
Oh yeah, I loved him in the animated series.
Yes, because he is the funniest motherfucking villain out there, and he is also the sickest, the darkest. But he's always got like that funny side. Where it's
like he could smear some dude's guts on the wall with a happy face, and I'd be hysterical.
Oh, man.
I don't even care that the dude died.
And you brought up the animated series, and Mark Hamill as the Joker, which
is
why I thought that the Arkham Asylum game was so great, because they brought back the original actors.
And Kevin Conroy,
Kevin Conroy as Batman, and the Joker as Mark Hamill. And then
just to hear that laugh again.
Exactly. And then they brought back Harley Quinn's voice actress.
Yeah.
And just to hear that laugh. I believe that my favorite Joker interpretation is Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, yeah.
Because I enjoyed the Joker in The Dark Knight. I thought that was
me too.
I thought that, what's his name?
Jack
Heath
Nicholson?
Ledger. No, Heath Ledger. I also like the Jack Nicholson one too. I grew up with him. But the Heath Ledger one was cool too. He was like a more darker take on Joker.
Oh, yeah. He was... See, the thing is, he's a different kind of Joker. Like, he's still hilarious, but he's not, like, as over the top as... Like, he's still over the top. Like, when he burns the whole, like, cash thing, I was hysterical.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, this y'all have, this my have, and he just burned it.
But he doesn't, like, laugh, like, maniacally all the time, which I really would have loved.